I recently updated my daily / weekly planning routine and I have completely flipped the script. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, as already mentioned, we are going to be talking about my updated weekly / daily planning routine. Now, maybe saying flip the script was a little dramatic, but I kind of have flipped the script because I have incorporated a new product into my planning routine. But first, I want to talk about how we got here. So in July, at the beginning of July, I went to a cowgirl themed planner event. And at our planner events, we have what is called D-Stash. So how D-Stash works is you add in things or donate things that you no longer want, you're no longer using. Maybe you've tried out something and it's not serving you. Maybe you tried out a month in a planner, but you don't want to throw away the planner, or you don't want to donate it somewhere or anything like that. So you just put it in the D-Stash pile at your next planner event. So that's how D-Stash works on the front end. And then on the back end, because everything is free, if you see anything that you want from the D-Stash pile, you can go there and get some items. Sometimes there are really good items in there, sometimes not so much, like scraps and just stuff like that. But at any rate, I normally try to avoid the D-Stash because probably there's always something that I could take, but it's probably something that I don't really need, so I just avoid it. Or I will go surf through D-Stash at the end of the event to ensure that everyone else has taken everything else that I might like. It's just my way of not having stuff that I don't need. Because just because you see something pretty or possibly useful and it's free doesn't necessarily mean that you need it. That's how I feel anyway. So at this event, I went looking through D-Stash and I found this little paper planner. Obviously, I have not been using a paper planner for the personal side of things for a good while. I have mainly been digitally planning, but the little planner caught my eye. It was so cute and little and something that I could easily throw in my little bag. So I just basically picked it up. The planner started in January of this year, so it ends in December. And that's kind of why I gravitated towards it too, because I just thought that it would be something that I could use or try for just 6 months. So even if I tried it and it wasn't working for, like if I tried it for July and it wasn't really working out, in putting it back in D-Stash or throwing it out or whatever, I wouldn't be, I don't know, it wouldn't be a complete waste on my part, because that would mean that 6 months of it was already passed, and it just felt appropriate to try out the planner. I have tried out the planner. I've been using it literally every day since that day, so for a month now, and I want to show that to you guys. We also need to kind of talk about my routine, or I want to talk about and show you my routine now since I have incorporated this little planner. So we're going to do that. But first, I wanted to talk about my work planner. As we all know, I have been using a paper planner for work for as long as I have been working. I am using a Hemlock & Oak daily planner. I will do a quick flip through of this just to kind of share with you how I'm using it and all of that, because I have not shared that in a while, for sure in a couple of months, because I have been on summer break from work. So we'll do that, and then I want to share with you how I'm using my digital planner in conjunction with my new physical planner. So let's go ahead and get into that. By the way, I'm drinking a mocktail. I love making little mocktails. Sometimes I make them really cute, but basically I'll be drinking the most basic of beverages. It could be a water, it could be a flavored water, a sparkling water, it could be Sprite Zero, Coke Zero, whatever it is. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of razzle dazzle to it just to kind of make it cute. This is my Hemlock & Oak daily planner. Same planner I've been using all year. And let's just go to my month. This is my month. I'm using it the same way. I'm basically just adding in any monthly to-dos, which I'm just recovering from a sickness that lasted a week. So I'm honestly pretty discombobulated. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things when it comes to work. Plus school just started back. We just got back from summer break on, I think, July 22nd. So I'm trying to get, and then I feel ill. So I'm trying to get back acclimated. But so far, these are the meetings and such that I have scheduled, and I love using sticky notes for things that may change. So I may not actually do this observation that day. I may change it to the next week or Friday. So I just use sticky notes at times for the meetings and appointments and plans that are subject to change. But if I feel like the plan is pretty certain, then I will just write in pen. I'm currently using the Sharpie S-Gel pen in 0.7, which is one of my favorites. I love the Sharpie SGL. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite pens. And then this bookmark takes us to the day, and we actually need to check in with our planner. So today, I did not do this. I did not do this. I did not do that. I did not do that. I kind of did that, not really. So we're gonna cancel it or exit, and then I didn't do that, and then I didn't do that. So all of these to-dos really need to come to the next day. So just if you're wondering how I plan for my day at work, I will write down the hours that I'm planning to work really based upon when I get to work. So tomorrow, where am I going? I'm pretty discombobulated for real. Let's see where I'm going tomorrow to work. I'm going to an elementary school, so I'll probably do like a 7:30 to 8:30 or 7:30 to 3:30 kind of deal. So I just do those lines, and then I do a line here. And then I normally just write in work. And if I have any appointments, which I can see from my monthly spread, which is just right there. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to do an observation. I think I'm gonna be able to do it. We'll see. So I'm gonna put work here because that's just something that's gonna start. Well, I could have put it up there, but it's fine. And then I think I'm gonna do the observation at this time. And then I would write in my to-dos. So tomorrow, I need to kind of do the same thing. Enter or complete absent notes from when I was absent. I need to enter daily notes or weekly notes from this week. I haven't done any notes as of today. Today was hectic. I do need to complete my mileage. I need to print the mileage. And this pen doesn't smear. I don't even have to wait for it to dry. Love this pen, highly recommend. Yeah, love it. Especially with this paper. This paper just absorbs this ink beautifully. So that's my work planner, so we can set that aside. Next up, let's talk about this new planner that I have. This is my new planner. It is a Bloom planner or Bloom daily planner. Let's see what it's technically called. It is technically called a Bloom planner. And if you want to learn more about this or buy one of your own, you can go to bloomplanners.com. And let's just go ahead and skip to the month because that's what is important. So this is my monthly spread. Let's take out this paper clip because it's annoying. This is the monthly spread, and what I have been putting here, I've basically been putting most of my events here and anything that I feel is important for me to notate, particularly when I don't have my physical planner. The one way that this differs from my digital planner is that in my digital planner, I actually do not plan out my days. I normally just plan out my week and that's it. And I'm gonna show that to you momentarily. So if you flip here, you'll see the weekly spread. It is a horizontal planner. I have been using a highlighter. I have been using the Zig Cling Color Dot in number 409 grayish green, and it matches really well, I think, because this isn't my highlight. This is the highlight from the planner. This little highlight already comes on the planner, and as you can see, my highlights match that pretty well. So let's just check in and see what I've done for today. But I do want to do my top priorities. So I definitely need to publish 2 YouTube videos this week. I need to film and submit some UGC content. That's due by Friday. And honestly, a top priority is, yes, working out is a top priority, but my book is due on the 8th. I have to return it by then. And so I really need to finish my book by the 8th. So to be honest, I need to put finish book. Each day I wake up and I write out my to-do list. Or sometimes I will write out my to-do list the day before, which makes sense. Now each day this week I have something after work. So I have been putting the main event up here at the top. I was using this highlighter, just thought that I should mention this highlighter, and then I discovered that in that same pack I had this highlighter, and I was like, wow, that just goes together so much better. So I'm basically just gonna keep using this until it's all gone. I don't know what I'll do with my life after that, because to get that, I'll either have to buy it like a single one, which shouldn't be too difficult, but normally is pretty expensive, or I'll have to buy a whole pack. But I'll probably just change my color and change it to like one of the other colors that I have. Okay, so yeah, I was using that color of a highlight, but now I'm using this one, which I think works so much better. Now, last week was so hectic. when I was going into it that I literally just took a sticky note. In the back here, I have a few extra sticky notes, and I have just been writing in my events on here. It's not important. It's just that I really enjoyed having it last week because the last week was so hectic with the party and all that, that I just enjoyed writing the weekly events and stuff on this sheet, which I think we may do again today. So what I did is, let's take a look. Yeah, I highlighted underneath because I wanted to put the dates in under here. And anytime you're gonna highlight, if you can highlight first, which seems kind of counterproductive, but if you're just highlighting for decorative reasons, then I recommend going ahead and highlighting first, just so that it can dry down, and then you can write over top of it, and then the ink can dry down. Because otherwise, if you write with your ink, you don't allow it to dry down, and you use a highlighter, it might smear, and then oftentimes it might just smear anyway. Even if the ink is dry to touch, it might still smear. It just kind of depends on the quality of the highlighter and the pen. But to get around that, you can always just highlight first. So that's going to be the 5th, and then the 6th, the 7th. This is not imperative for this week. It's actually pointless in a sense, but I'm just kind of showing you what I have been doing. These sticky notes are from Hemlock and Oak. They're the weekly task stickies. So we would actually come over, well, we can flip back and forth. So for the 5th, we have a founders meeting at 6:30. So we'll do 6:30, and we'll do FSWC founders. So that's kind of like an example of what I would do for planning out my week. But really, I've only been doing that when the weeks are hectic. Like even if we flip back, last week was pretty hectic. And then I was out of town that week, so it wasn't really that hectic. And then that's it. So I've only actually done it just twice. I wouldn't have even done it this week if I didn't expect this week, if I wasn't doing this on camera, because I didn't really expect this week to be hectic. So this is pretty much how I would plan out my days. The only real thing to remember is that I like to do this on an actual daily basis. I don't like to pre-do this. I just like to do this on a daily basis. And I'm going to show you now why I like to do this on a daily basis. By the way, this new case is fire. This is a case from OtterBox, and I cannot make this up. This case goes crazy. So first of all, there is a magnetic cover. Not only does it just fold back nicely, but it attaches magnetically. So if I want to just get rid of it for the moment, I can just take it off. Secondly, you can just pull this out to charge your pencil, which I think is super cool. And then you just clip it back in place. And then third of all, if you pull this up, then you can prop up your iPad, which I think is super cool. Super cool. I love this case. OtterBox sent this to me recently, and it's amazing. While we're here, I think we do need to update some things. So yeah, actually, we need to update a couple of things. We need to go back really quickly. I need to add in a couple of things. On the 30th, we have Fire at Work, which is going to be our, like a professional development day. So I'm gonna do Fire at 8 a.m. And then on the 21st, we have an early dismissal, but then we have to report to, what time do we have to report? We have to report to one of our facilities to do some training at 1 p.m. Now, I don't put all of my work plans in my actual personal planner, but I do put some in there, just the stuff that really pops out. Not like IEP meetings and stuff like that, but the stuff that I really need to be mindful of. So we do know that on the 9th, I'm supposed to go to lunch with my coworker. So I'm gonna put that up there. And then I'm gonna do lunch with, not my coworker, with my friend. It is weird going from a pen to an Apple Pencil at times, but you get used to it. It's not that weird. Okay, so then, like I just mentioned, we do have an early dismissal, which is all well and good, except we have to do a professional learning, so it's not really well and good. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and put PLC at 1 p.m. I don't even know what that stands for. And then we have our fire, which is like a district type of learning day, professional development. And that's gonna be at 8 a.m. Okay, so we've updated the monthly spread. As always, I have a place for my goals in my digital planner, my monthly goals, and then my monthly tasks. And then we're gonna go ahead and remove these. We already prepped for the party and purchased party supplies and finalized the party details. I have been in this space, you guys, where I have actually been just removing the to-do altogether. Obviously, if you're using paper, you cannot do that. You have to just cross it out or put a check or something like that. But digitally, I've been enjoying just removing it altogether, so it's not on my to-do list. So I don't even have to worry about it. It's essentially out of sight, out of mind. I don't really need to keep up with all of my to-dos anyway. Okay, so here's the thing. I am going to go ahead and plan for this upcoming week because I have not done that yet, and I want to show you how easy it is. So we're going to delete all of this because it's no longer applicable. I'm going to leave the design here because it's kind of cute. So I'm going to go to here and I'm going to copy, I am going to bring that purse I think too. I'm going to copy everything from, actually I need the, okay, I need all of this. I need the 5th through the 11th, and I'm gonna grab that little drink because it's cute, and I'm gonna drop all of that here. I like to resize, and I just like to make it bigger. There's no need for it to be that small, so we're just gonna make this a little bit bigger. And just like that, I have planned out my week. Now all we need to do is update the to-dos. My husband's tuition is due, so maybe we'll pay his tuition this week, but otherwise we don't really have to. I have to make a credit card payment on the 19th, but that is not something that we need to do this week. And then what else do we have? I don't need to do anything with that. I guess if we do solidify the engagement party for next week, I'll have some things to do, but I don't have to do those things this week. I could do them next week. And then that's pretty much it. I don't know if we're for sure going to that comedy show because I don't know if I'll be back from the craft house in time. And that's it. I'm trying to think of even next month in September. There's really nothing to do, honestly, except resetting the house and filming some content. That's pretty much the major stuff that I have to do this week, as evidenced by in my paper planner. Oh, well, I want to finish my book, but I don't really have to put that here. That's just a given. This is the book that I'm currently reading and trying to finish, and it's definitely, I wanted to do something. Hold on. I wanted to put a like a border around this. Let's see. I definitely have to finish this by the 8th, but we got some time. See what it looks like. Yeah, I love that so much. Yeah, I love that. Isn't that cute? It's just a random thing, but I really like it. Okay, so to recap, at the beginning of the month or before the month gets here, I'm always going to have planned out my month. It's just something that I do. Then I'll plan out my goals and my tasks for the month. Okay, then I will plan out my week as each week rolls around. So on Sunday, I'll sit down and plan out my week, or on Monday, like today, I'll sit down and plan out my week. And then that's pretty much all she wrote for this particular planner. I do not do a lot of daily planning in this planner. If you go to random and you go to freebie planners, nope, and you go to 2024 planners, you will see I have designed some daily pages. Like this is one of my favorite ones, I think. Yeah, I like this one. This is one of my favorite ones. It is a sheet where I can sit down and plan out my day. I don't really do that a ton. It's just not something that I do a whole lot on the personal side of things. I do that for work, but I don't really do that on the personal side of things. Therefore, that is why this planner has come into play. And that is how I have been planning for all of July. It has been working fabulously. I don't see me being finished with this planner until the end of the year. Like I mentioned, it does go until December. And there's actually a place for monthly highlights. There's also some other little cute sheets in here. I won't lie. There's like a habit tracker at the front and a bill tracker. There's a bunch of cute little pages, but I don't use them, so they mean nothing to me. But this planner does go technically until January the 1st of 2025. So the real test will be, am I going to have or use another paper planner the exact same way that I'm using this? Am I going to get another one of those planners? Am I going to get some other kind of little planner? What am I going to do? So that is going to be my updated weekly / daily planning routine. It has really been working out for me. I have really been enjoying it, and I really feel like it's been helping with keeping me on track and keeping me productive. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I cannot explain it, but even though I've been digitally planning for 3 years, I don't look at my digital planner every day. I don't know why, but I will look at my daily planner, my physical planner every day. I don't really know what that's about. The only rationale that I have is that naturally I just gravitate towards a paper planner or a physical planner, which makes sense. You know how they say the planner that's best for you is a planner that you're going to use? Same concept, same phenomenon. So I love that it has been working for me. Anyway, we are going to wrap up this video here. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.